Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for your time. The Seventh Day Adventist Church in East End, Tortola, British Virgin Islands is hosting Mechanics 101 Women Only, a event hosted by the Public Affairs and Religious Liberty aspect of the church. Now joining me today is Pastor Kendrick Glasgow and Brother Jacob Adolphus, who's the Public Affairs Religious Liberty Coordinator, to speak on this magnificent event that actually targets women only. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Welcome back everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. As promised, we're discussing all things Mechanics 101. Gentlemen, Pastor Glasgow and Brother Adolphus, thank you so much for your time and welcome to our platform.
Sure, you're welcome.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. Pastor Glasgow, I want to begin with you. The Seventh Day Adventist Church in East End has decided to host Mechanics 101 under the Public Affairs and Religious Liberty aspect of the church, which is spearheaded by Brother Adolphus. Now, I want you as pastor to speak on why you feel like such events are important to your congregation.
So these events, first I would like to thank Brother Adolphus for hosting, for spearheading this department with competence, creating events that will impact not just our church community, but also our wider society in which we exist in. These events are important for us because we believe as a body, as a believers, that we should impact not just the spiritual aspects of our life, but we are to impact the physical, the mental, the social, and the economical. So these training sessions will help specifically women at this time to be able to maneuver the mechanical world. You know, women are usually taken advantage by mechanics, you know, because they don't know or understand the issues that comes along with cars and repairs. So we are now taking upon this initiative upon ourselves to educate them so that they may not be taken advantage of due to the fact of their lack of education. So these programs, well, specifically this one, is geared to protect, to educate women in relation to car and mechanics repairs.
Understood. Now, wonderful. Brother Adolphus, tell us about the events. Tell us about the scope of it, the dates as well as times.
Okay, so the event as Pastor Glasgow said, is to help educate women in regards to their vehicles. We have two able mechanics that will be spearheading the class. First and foremost, the class is free.
Okay.
So there's no registration fee. Just show up and learn about your vehicle. And because it's for women, we have a woman mechanic that will be spearheading the class. That's Miss Brathwaite, and we also have another mechanic by the name of Brother Smiley. Those two mechanics are versed in what they do, and so they partner with us so that we can make this event possible for the community in the Eastern London area and beyond. So any woman that is interested, the contact number is there. It's 442-5743. Call and register because we have a limited space, but we want as much as possible. So even if we have to double up on the classes just to accommodate everybody, we will do that.
Understood. Now, you mentioned, of course, the very expert mechanics that are going to be delivering these training sessions. I want to understand a little bit more about it because mechanics, of course, there's a theory and then there's a practical. How will the classes be incorporated? Would both theory and practical be incorporated?
Yes. So every night, what we're going to do is that, for example, if on March 7th, which will be the first class we'll be having, and it starts at 7 p.m., we will speak on engine oil. We will speak about the theory so you can understand the purpose of the engine oil, what the engine oil does for your vehicle, and how you can tell your engine oil is good or bad. And then after that session will run for half an hour. And then at 7:30 now, we'll move outside in the parking lot. And each person would have a part to play. So you will now go to your own vehicle, open your hood, and pull out the dipstick. And you will tell us whether you think the engine oil is good, it needs a change, or whatever the case may be.
Understood. Now tell us about, in a broad spectrum, what are some of the other areas, topics that will be covered within this training session?
Okay, so one of the reasons we are doing this for ladies, as we said, as Pastor Glasgow said earlier, to help them understand their vehicle. So we're doing just the basic stuff. So for instance, we will speak about engine oil. We're going to speak about the coolant, the purpose of the coolant in your vehicle. Hence the reason why you need coolant, antifreeze coolant, and not water. We're going to speak about the transmission oil, the brakes fluid. We're going to even speak about the different emergency lights that would come on, that will be displayed on your dashboard every now and again. So you will know what it means. So if, for example, you see the brakes light come on, you don't keep driving. You try to stop as soon as possible and get it dealt with. So these kind of stuff is what we'll be teaching every night when you come to the class.
Wonderful. And now again, these sessions are going to be held at the Seventh Day Adventist Fellowship Hall at Fat Hogs Bay, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. nightly. Brother Adolphus gave us the contact information. He mentioned a number of topics that would be covered. Pastor, you alluded to wanting to make sure that women understand and not being taken advantage of in this very pivotal area of mechanics. Holistically, how important would you say these sessions will be to the advancement of making sure that women of the community are protected in this area?
So, as I believe that the Bible teaches that, both men and women were made in God's image. And women have been throughout society being taken advantage of. So these classes specifically geared towards women will help them to understand the dynamics of their vehicle. So, for instance, when they go to a mechanic shop and a mechanic may charge inappropriately or suggest that there's another problem when it's this problem, so that economically he can or exploit her. Mm-hmm. She will have the understanding and the knowledge to educate the mechanic, look, this is what's wrong and I need this fixed, and you cannot and should not take advantage of me because I am a woman and I'm, generally speaking, don't have any knowledge or education about vehicles or cars. So in that area, we look into to build, to raise awareness so that we can protect all women in our society when it comes to mechanical issues.
Exceptional. Well, I want to congratulate you both and, of course, your congregation on putting this very important aspect together, training sessions. Mm-hmm. Of course, we want to encourage women. But before we go, Brother Adolphus, I just want you to speak to the women in our community from districts 1 through 9 and encourage them, of course, to come out to this event.
Okay, well, this event is geared specifically for women. Whether you are married, whether you are single, come out. Is something that you will greatly benefit from. I should say now that at one time we did this class maybe about 2 years ago. Okay. And the women were so excited about what they learned. Mm. And what we did is, like, every session we would review before we start a new session. And the students would actually tell us. We would choose a student and say, okay, you come and tell us what we did last session. And they were so excited. They even asked for stuff that we didn't plan to do. One of the things that they asked for is to teach them how to change a spare tire. Mm-hmm. And we did show them. Fortunately, some of them already knew. Unfortunately, some of them who didn't know, they didn't even know which part their spare tire was. Wow. And when they started to change it, they realized, boy, this is too much work for me to do. Understood. Right? But at least they know that where they could find their spare tire. With the new vehicles we have now, The spare tires may not be in the trunk. The battery for the vehicle may not be underneath the hood. So these are stuff that we're going to let them know, based on the type of vehicle you have. This is where the battery will be located. This is where the spare tire would be located. This is how you check for certain things. Now, we know that all the vehicles now are more electronics. And there's a lot of information that will be displayed on your vehicle screen. And because you don't know what the information says, you may just take it to a mechanic and they will charge you just for it to read the information, to translate the information.
Understood.
So these are stuff. So we ask the women to please come out and be a part of this skill that will enhance your knowledge. Yeah. As I said before, it starts on March 10th. It's run on every Tuesday and Thursday night from 7 to 8. Sometimes we go beyond 8 because the class is so exciting. Yeah. And the women are so happy to learn that sometimes we go beyond 8. But again, it starts from 7 to 8. What we are trying to do this year is trying to have it bilingual. So our Spanish ladies can also join us.
Exceptional, wonderful. But before we go, I just want to highlight that the public affairs and religious aspect of the Seventh Day Adventist Church has a number of initiatives that are ongoing throughout the year. Just briefly mention to us what other aspects you'll be covering for the remainder of the year.
So because we are a church and we believe in partnering, and not only being one of the departments spearheading everything. So most of the initiatives we partner with other departments in the church. So for example, one of the departments that we partner with is the Community Services Department that deals with the community. We have, for example, come on April, we have basic electricity classes or electricity 101, and that will teach us how to, there's the basics of how to check a fuse. If the fuse was tripped, you can know which fuse to check to see if it's tripped, and you can re-engage the fuse. You can check to see your light switch or your outlet. We also have, in May, we also have CERT. Now, Department of Disaster Management has been teaching CERT over the years. And so we plan to partner with the Department of Disaster Management in the month of May to have CERT classes. All these initiatives are free to the public, very free to the public. In June, we have healthy cooking. Healthy cooking. We know that, the Virgin Islands, like the other nations, have been plagued with chronic illness. And
non-communicable diseases, yeah.
Right. And so we have a class that will teach all the participants how you can use simple household items in your kitchen that you may have already, and use it for one thing. For example, we may teach you how to make peanut butter from scratch.
Okay.
Make your own peanut butter.
Interesting.
How you can make you can use the lentils and make a nice lentil loaf that will taste, out of this world. So these are just some of the classes we have coming up. In October, we have a health fair, a massive health fair, and that will be for the entire, and the classes beyond March, April, May, June, is for the entire public. It's for both male and females. Okay. Only the Mechanics 101 is geared for the females only.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right, and because, as my pastor said, we believe in the community. Our church is not just a church that is sitting there and teaching to us as a membership, but our church is a community church, and so we love to engage the community.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much, and much success on not only the Mechanics 101 that will benefit the women of our community, but the myriad of projects that you have. Kudos to you and your congregation and your team for making sure that you're giving back to our beautiful British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Viewers, that is all the time we have. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.